So now Topuria, I think he's a little bit smaller than Volkanovski, he's going to move up. And then if Islam dominates him, oh, well, he's a 45er. He could go back down. So there's really nothing to gain for Islam from fighting him.
Ilia Topuria started camp. Who's he going to be? It's going to be Islam Makhachev. I agree with all of you guys, okay? I'd be very shocked if that's not the matchup that we see, and I'm telling you.
Topuria, he still had Diego Lopez at the time. He still had Yair down there. Ivalov, who's undefeated, right? There's still a lot of guys for him at 45 to fight. He's just choosing to move up on his own. So that's why I think he should fight at least one more fight at 55 to earn a title shot. It shouldn't be no interim title shot. It shouldn't be nothing.
Didn't want to beat another 145. Didn't want to beat someone like Renato Moicano on short notice. Wanted to take on a top surging contender that's proven himself at 155 pounds. I get that, okay? But it's a massive fight. Ilia Topuria versus Islam Makhachev. That would do huge numbers, and we all want to see it.
The potential fight between Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria has sparked intense debate. Belal Muhammad believes Topuria hasn't earned a title shot yet, while Michael Bisping acknowledges the massive appeal of the matchup. Meanwhile, reports suggest Islam has already begun training camp for his next fight, even as welterweight champion Belal Muhammad speaks out. Belal argues that fans never give Islam Makhachev the respect he deserves. After Islam beat Alexander Volkanovski, critics said he didn't finish him or claimed Volk was too small. Then, when Islam finished him in the rematch, people still found excuses. Now, with Topuria possibly moving up, Belal believes that even if Islam dominates him, critics would just say he beat another 145-er.
The people never want to give Team Khabib their respect, right? They want to see them lose so bad. They just want to, shun them and, put hate on them no matter what it is. Like when he beats Volkanovski, who was the pound for pound best fighter in the world at that time, in a close fight, it was like, oh, he sucks, blah, blah, he didn't finish him, he should have finished him, he's a 45er, then he goes out there, finishes him, and it's like, well, Volkanovski was a 45er. So now Topuria, I think he's a little bit smaller than Volkanovski, he's going to move up, and then if Islam dominates him, oh, well, he's a 45er, he could go back down. So there's really nothing to gain for Islam from fighting him.
Belal Muhammad explained that Islam Makhachev isn't avoiding Ilia Topuria. He just believes Topuria hasn't earned the shot yet. Belal emphasized that Islam gets criticized no matter who he beats. So he wants Topuria to prove himself first, perhaps by beating someone like Charles Oliveira. Belal also pointed out that Topuria vacated his title without making multiple defenses, choosing to move up in weight, unlike Alexander Volkanovski, who dominated his division before earning his move.
When he says, oh, let him fight somebody else, earn it. Like, he's not saying I won't fight him. He's saying, bro, let him earn it. Like, we already had to deal with this already. People are already shutting my resume. They're hating on me no matter what. So let him go out there, beat like a Charles Oliveira. Why would it have to be for a title? You vacated your title. You wanted to move up on your own. You didn't want to cut the weight. And it's not like you beat 10, you defended the belt like 10 times at 45 or 5 times, right? When Volkanovski did it, he already beat everybody there. And, he was earned his shot to move up.
Belal Muhammad pointed out that Ilia Topuria has already shown vulnerability at lightweight, mentioning how he was dropped by Jai Herbert and taken down by Bryce Mitchell. He believes that if Islam Makhachev takes Topuria down or lands a head kick, the fight will be over quickly. Belal argues that Islam has nothing to gain from fighting Topuria beside the paycheck. With plenty of worthy contenders already at lightweight, like Justin Gaethje, Arman Tsarukyan, or even Paddy Pimblett, Belal says there's no reason for Islam to chase a fight against a featherweight.
Topuria, he still had Diego Lopez at the time. He still had Yair down there. Ivalov, who's undefeated, right? There's still a lot of guys for him at 45 to fight. He's just choosing to move up on his own. So that's why I think he should fight at least one more fight at 55 to earn a title shot. It shouldn't be no interim title shot. It shouldn't be nothing, because this time's defending every year.
Michael Bisping acknowledged that Islam Makhachev was hesitant to fight another featherweight like Ilia Topuria or a short-notice replacement like Renato Moicano. Islam wanted a top lightweight contender who had already proven himself at 155. Still, Bisping admitted that Islam versus Ilia is a massive fight that would generate huge numbers, and it's a matchup everyone is excited to see.
He went up there already. He got dropped by Jai Herbert. We've seen him get taken down by Bryce Mitchell. Like, if Islam gets on top of you, takes you down, you're not getting back up. If Islam hits you with that head kick, you're not getting back up. So for them, it's like, what am I going to gain from it? What is there to gain for Islam besides just the money, right? It's just like, All right, well, I haven't fought Justin Gaethje yet. No matter who Justin fights, he deserves a title shot, right? Like he could get one win and fight for a title. Paddy Pimblett's on a long streak right now. There's guys at 55 that he can fight. Armand's still there, right? There's other opponents for him to fight. So like he's not desperate to have to fight a 45.
Meanwhile, well-known Spanish journalist Alvaro Colmenero, famous for his updates on Ilia Topuria, has confirmed that Topuria has officially started his training camp for his next fight. Colmenero revealed that Ilia will fight for a title during International Fight Week, stating, "Ilia Topuria will be fighting at International Fight Week for a title, I am told." Colmenero also clarified that Topuria will only be fighting for the undisputed lightweight title, currently held by Islam Makhachev. He added, "Update, there will be no interim lightweight belt. It will be undisputed or vacant. There are no other options." In a surprising twist, Colmenero also reported that Islam Makhachev has already begun his training camp for his upcoming fight. Following this news, fans now believe that an Ilia versus Islam showdown is looking very likely. Michael Bisping also weighed in on the situation, reacting to the reports by saying that Ilia Topuria has been promised a title fight. Bisping mentioned a journalist on Twitter who claims to have reliable sources confirming it, and he believes the news is legit. According to Bisping, Topuria deserves a shot. He dominated his opponents, became champion, defended his belt with a massive knockout over Max Holloway, and then vacated the title to keep the division moving. Bisping called it a very honorable move and said it deserves serious respect.
La Leyenda, Ilia Topuria, said that he's been guaranteed a title fight. This guy on Twitter, this journalist, says that he's got it on good authority that he's going to be fighting for the belt. And I believe that, okay? If anyone deserves a shot, it's Ilia Topuria. And he's done the right thing. He blew through the competition. He became the champion of the world. He defended it in stunning fashion when he knocked out Max Holloway. And then he vacated the belt so that the division can continue to move along, okay? If you can't respect that, I don't know what to tell you. That's a very, very honorable way.
Michael Bisping said there are still other options at lightweight. He mentioned that Charles Oliveira is determined to become champion again and could fight for an interim title if Islam Makhachev moves up to welterweight to face the winner of Jack Della Maddalena versus Belal Muhammad. However, Bisping also pointed out that it might not be smart for Islam to wait. Jack might not win, and Islam has made it clear he won't fight Belal. For now, the situation remains uncertain.
We know Islam Makhachev was against this matchup for a variety of reasons, as we've discussed. Didn't want to beat another 145. Didn't want to beat someone like Renato Moicano on short notice. Wanted to take on a top surging contender that's proven himself at 155 pounds. I get that, okay? But it's a massive fight. Ilia Topuria versus Islam Makhachev. That would do huge numbers, and we all want to see it.
Welterweight champion Belal Muhammad shares a similar view, making it clear that he would not fight Islam Makhachev out of deep respect and loyalty to him and their team. Instead, Belal suggested other potential opponents for Islam, including Justin Gaethje, who is coming off a major win, Paddy Pimblett, who gained attention after his victory over Michael Chandler, and Charles Oliveira, who is still waiting for a rematch.
There is other possibilities at lightweight. There's Charles Du Bronx Oliveira. Now, as we know, Charles Oliveira wants to be a champion again as well, okay? So maybe he's going to fight Charles Oliveira for the interim strap because Islam wants to go up to 170 and fight the winner of Jack Della Maddalena versus Belal Muhammad, okay? However, that might be stupid to sit around on the sidelines. I shouldn't say stupid. It might be foolish. That'd be a better word. It might be foolish to do that, because Jack Della Maddalena is not guaranteed to win. And he ain't going to fight Belal Muhammad. That's been discussed and established multiple times. So we don't know who it's going to be.
On the other hand, Michael Bisping refuses to entertain the idea that Islam Makhachev could be stripped of his title. Bisping believes a fight between Islam and Ilia Topuria should happen next. However, if Islam chooses to pursue the winner of Jack Della Maddalena versus Belal Muhammad instead, Bisping says he would understand, given Islam's greatness as a champion. He emphasized that no matter what decision Islam makes, there will be no serious talk about stripping him, because Islam has already cemented himself as the most accomplished lightweight in MMA history.
Yeah, I mean, no, I wouldn't fight him. Like I said, I think their team, they've done so much for me. They helped me so much that it wouldn't be worth it for me to fight those guys. There's just way too much respect and loyalty on my end. But I think people are just like wondering, and they're just hoping for him to fight. They're looking for any excuses for him, right? Like there's guys right now in that division that make sense. Like Justin Gaethje makes sense. He's coming off a big win. He's 3-1 in his last 4 fights. People are going to tune into Justin Gaethje. He hasn't fought Justin Gaethje yet. You got Paddy Pimblett, who just came off a huge finish of Michael Chandler. Like, he has a big name. That's another fight that makes sense. You got Charles Oliveira waiting for a rematch, Arman waiting for a rematch. There's plenty of guys.